Okay, and then see, in the last class we have been discussed about regarding the payroll. Okay, we started the payroll. In the payroll we started in elements. Okay, the elements, actually what does it mean of element? We store some value into that. Okay, either be basic salary, transport allowance, wage rates, okay, maybe health insurance amounts, whatever kind of things it is. It may be allowances to an employees or tax reduction of employees, whatever kind of things. Okay, in the application will store some value. It's called of an element. Okay, in Oracle application terminology we can call as an element. Okay, so under the element we have so many we have a processing times and then and then classification of the elements. Okay, these are all the things we have. Processing times means recurring and non-recurring. Okay, we have seen it. Okay, the recurring is nothing but, so for every payroll period the element will be gets recurred. Okay, the element will get processed for every payroll period. If it's non-recurring, whatever the pay periods we mentioned particularly, so that is what of in the particular period only will that element will get processed, like classification, earnings, deductions, pre-tax deductions, information elements. These are all the things we have seen, right? So what is earnings are nothing but whichever the employee is getting. One second, guys. So okay, whatever the element is get processed, maybe, so recurring earning is nothing but what, so whatever the employee is getting on basis salary. Okay, that is what. Deductions is nothing but, it may be loan deductions, it may be absence deductions, it may be a tax deductions. Okay, so it's deduct from his salary. Whatever the information elements, I given you the example in the last class. So the thing is how it could be. Okay, so whatever the elements will not pay to an employee, that is for just recording purpose to the organization. Okay, that is just recording purpose to the organization. That is what of information elements. It's like a tax deduction, and then there will be a pre-tax deductions, voluntary deductions, involuntary deductions. These are all kind of things we have seen it. Okay, so and then next see here we have seen of so we have seen a different salary basis actually. Okay, we have seen Indian salary basis, we have seen expat salary basis. Okay, so in Indian salary basis we created, so before creation of the salary basis what we need to be take it. So first we have to be grade rates, and then we have to be create an element links. So then we have to come to the salary basis. Okay, so that is what. Okay, we'll see here. Okay, HRMS consultant. Kukatpally. Okay, right. This is our business group. This is HRE consultant. Okay, total compensation, basic salary basis. Okay, so we defined the some of the salary basis, I think. So we'll not define data. Check it. Let me see the elements descriptions. Okay, so the elements are here. So whatever the elements we created, if we want to see it, just open the form, press F11. So the press F11, it goes to the query mode. Okay, see it, F11, press F11. Okay, if you go for the F11 is nothing but it goes to the query mode. Okay, so whatever you want you can type over there. Okay, so initially every form is in editable mode. Okay, editable mode. So initially every form is in editable mode. If you want to enter, you can enter here, and then so you can enter the data, and then you can save it. Okay, like this it will goes. Okay, so and then see if it is in the query mode. Okay, if you want to be see whatever you enter the data previously, you want to be queried, right? So then press F11, then the form will get changes like this gray color mode. Okay, every form will get changes. So I'm saying this example not only for this particular form, in every form in the EBS, every form in the EBS, in all the modules itself. Okay, so like this. Okay, this is goods on query mode, and then you can enter your search criteria. Enter your search criteria. So once you after your enter search criteria, just thereafter press Control F11. Press Control F11. So whatever the search criteria meets in the database, that will be retrieved by the system. Okay, if it is no records, if it is no record, no such criteria is found, whatever the data you entered, the system will not give you anything. Okay, so query goes no records. For example, here I am entering whatever we created some elements, right? HRE3. Okay, so that will come here. See here, we see it starts with HRE3 expects basic salary, and then expects Indians basic salary. Totally 2 records. Okay, see here, record 1 by 2. This is a out of 2 records. This is a first record. Okay, this is second record after second record. This is a second record. So there is total number of, it's matched with our criteria, our entered criteria HRE3. There is 2 records. Okay, so this is what of this search criteria. For example, I am giving Control F11. For example, I started with some XYZ. Okay, this will not give you anything. See here, query cause no records to be retrieved, re-enter, because with the XYZ there is no records in the database. There is no elements is defined starts with an XYZ. So if you want to make it an end with an XYZ, you can give like this. Okay, so percentages is very important where you are giving it, at the beginning or at the ending. Okay, if you give the beginning, so the beginning name, so this you are searching the criteria with the elements with ending on XYZ. Okay, if you give the criteria like this, you are searching the element name starts with an XYZ. Okay, say for example, so if you give like this, the element contains XYZ characters in the whole element name or whole the element string. Okay, so likewise, man, see the other case is some of the forms we follow the caps lock, init caps. Okay, the lowercase as well. Okay, so that is depends upon form to form actually. Okay, right, this is what of the search criteria. Alright, you have the options also here. Okay, for example, I'm searching here HRE3. Okay, so I'll show you one thing. 1 second. So I opened the form. Even you have the options also here. Instead of F11 and Control F11, go to view, query by example, click on enter. Okay, this will go to the query mode, HRE3, and then go to view, query by example, click on run. This will give this run it. Okay, So F11, control F11. Without using that, you can use this direct options. Okay, so likewise, now we'll define the salary basis. Okay, see here I'm defining my salary basis. So my salary basis is HRE3 Indian salary basis I'm defining. Okay, the salary basis is annual salary, monthly salary. Pay annualized factor is 12. This is I already explained in the previous class. What about annual salary, hourly salary, monthly and period salaries? Okay, so the element name, what is the element name you are attaching to this salary basis is very important, because so whatever the employees you assigned this Indian salary basis, these elements will get associated to this. Okay, so there is so many elements, because these are elements we are not defined it, it's defined by the Oracle. Okay, so where is our element? There is this is the two elements we defined it, Indian basic salary and the expat salary. This is an Indian, I'm attaching this Indian. Okay, input value, where we have to store our salary under the pay value. Okay, so you just save on this. Okay, and the next there is a grade rates. We have a HR E3 grade rate, HR expats grade rates. Okay, so actually this is a mandate. This is not a mandatory. This is an optional. So you may enter, you may not be enter it. Okay, so but why I'm entering here? See why the grade rates will useful here. See, for example, whatever actually how we create an employee is in the system, there is a sequences. Okay, how we entered, actually we create an employee, creation of employee. So first we enter the personal information like employee name, employee date of birth, okay, employee phone number, address, or etc. And thereafter assignments is nothing but what job position, grades, so etc. things, statutory informations, that's what supervisors, probation period or notice period, and thereafter we enter the salary details, right? So when you are entering the salary, means here in the assignment screen only you enter the grades, right? The assignment screen only. When you are entering the salary details, the salary will get does the validations based on the grades. So for example, there is a grade 3 employee is there. Okay, so grade 3 employees there. Actually, grade 3 employee salary ranges is what it's maybe from 30,000 to 40,000. But actually, so this is a grade range we have given it. Okay, but end user, when he is entering the salary details for this grade 3 employee, by default by mistakenly he is entered the 50,000. Actually, the salary should not valid for this grade 3 employee. Okay, when we release the offer letter, so recruitment team and everyone can check that as it is, this is a grade 3 an employee. So we have to give, in the offer letter they mentioned like 35,000 or 36,000, but when the end user entered by mistakenly 50,000, system should not accept this. That is the reason, if you give here the grade rate, system will not accept. If you're not given the grade rates here, if you're not attached to this Indian salary, this is the salary basis, if you're not attached to the salary basis, system will not consider. System will take this 50,000. System will not give you any caution or a warning or error. System will not give you, at least system will not give you the information if you are not attached here. So that is the reason we can attach here. Okay, so that is what are the grade rates. Okay, whatever the grade rates we are here, so that will comes. So we define two grade rates. I am attaching this grade rates. Grade rate basis, same, can be a monthly grade rate basis. Okay, save on this. Now I attach, so I created this Indian salary basis. Now I'll create for the HRE3 expat salary basis. Expats. I will show you that how the validation will get comes. Okay, So this is also monthly salary, and then HRE3 is element. HRE3 expect salary basis. So this is the element. Okay. Input value is the pay value. Okay. Here, this is the grade rates. Expects grade rates. Grade rate. This is also monthly. Same thing. Okay. Now, actually, for the basic salary only, you define the salary basis. Okay, not for the other elements. Okay. So after you define the salary basis, then you can attach the link. Actually, for each other elements, not the salary basis. Generally, in Oracle HR, once we define the element, immediately go for the link. Okay. So without link, you cannot attach these elements to the particular employees. For example, there is a Indians employees and then expats employees. Okay, Indians employees and the expats employees. If I want to be attach this Indian salary elements to employees, without this link we cannot attach. Without this link we cannot attach. Okay, we have to give this link. Okay, so even for every employee, not only Indians, even for the expats as well. Okay, so here the element we have to attach HRE3 Indian salary basis. Okay, so actually what is the meaning of link? Why should we give it? Okay, so see here, generally why should we give it is the link. What is the meaning of the element link? See, this is what of eligibility criteria. Okay, see here we have defined of two elements now. One is basic salary. In the basic salary we have defined of one is the Indian's basic salary. These are the two elements, right? And then expats basic salary. Okay, so there is a two elements. Actually, for example, just consider this element link, this eligibility criteria is not given by the Oracle, for example. So we'll see what is the advantages of the link now. So for example, Oracle is not provided this eligibility criteria link direct. We can create an element we can associate to the employee. So middleware, so in the middle stage, Oracle is not provided at all. We'll see what are the drawbacks, what are the business disadvantages. We'll see now. Okay, now I created these two elements. Okay, I created one employee, 2, 3, or something else. Okay, there are some of the employees I created it out of so this in this there is a expat employees, there is a Indians employees, right? For example, see, my end user is forget that he is a first employee one is an Indian salary. So Indian salary we have a ranges. Okay, that's based on the grade wise again. Okay, so but he given the expat salary basis element. Instead of giving a Indian basic salary, he given the element to the expats. Obviously, system will accept it because we don't have a links, we don't have an eligibility criteria for each element. So system will accept it. So payroll will get processed. For example, when the HR is assigned that HR by mistakenly assigned the expat salary basis. So when the payroll officer runs the payroll, so he'll cross when so he'll run the payroll just by running the payroll he'll cross check it the basic salary is processed or not. Yeah, basic salary is there, whatever the basic salary. So basic salary is processed, maybe 10,000 or 20,000. Okay, so salary is processed. When he do the reconciliation time, what is his citizenship? India. But what the salaries came to the picture? Expat salary basis. So this is a mistake, right? So that is the reason Oracle is introduced for the eligibility criteria. So if you introduce an eligibility criteria, if you use that functionality, so you can avoid these conflicts at the beginning time. At the beginning time till it goes. Actually, now the reconciliation is processed. So what we have to be done? We have to be reverted all the things. So we need to be revert the payroll, and then we have to come back to the HR team. And then they have to remove this expired salary element, and then they attach the basic salary elements. Okay, they may be found after 2 to 3 months because the previous two payroll periods payroll is completed. We got the salary. So what we will do? Maybe they're not found this issue in the last 2 months. They found the issue in the third month. So it will be difficult, right? So to avoid these conflicts, system is introduced this eligibility criteria, element eligibility criteria. Okay, so like this, and even I'll show you one example. There is a bonuses. Okay, there is a manager bonuses. Okay, so there is a manager bonus. So actually, what my intention is, this manager bonus, there is an element. Okay, so what my intention is, actually, payroll parties implementation. Now it's in the live. There is a 3 months, 6 months is completed. My management is decided that we'll give some every 6 months manager bonus. Okay, every 6 months we'll give an 2% or 3% of the basic salary. We'll give the manager bonuses. So what we'll do it? So immediately we'll create one element, and then we have to link it. Okay, so but there is a, for example, think now there is a thousands of employees now. Out of thousands of employees, maybe 200 or 300 employees are the managers. Okay, we have to attach that manager bonus element who is under the job of manager, not for all the employees. So system should not attach this only for the all the employees. It should attach to the only the manager. So what kind of things? You have to select here the job as a manager. See, you select your job as a manager, that element will be attached to the only the managers. Okay, that will not attach to the everyone. Even that element will not display to the other, so who are the consultant or something. So that will not appear over there. So this is what of the eligibility criteria. Okay, this is what of an eligibility criteria. So now I'm attaching this salary basis. There is we have so many options here. See it. Organization. This is a people group. It's not a simple group. It's a people group. We created one KFF when we define the business group. Okay. So this is a people group. Okay. Job, position, grade, location, payroll, employee category, salary basis, linked to all payrolls. This is what of an eligibility criteria. For example, I created one element. This should be belongs to only particular IT department. So you can give this. This element will works with only the IT department. It's not with others. So you created this element. There is an employee. There is a chief accountant. He is under the finance department. You are trying to assign these elements to that employee. If you try to give this element to that employee, system will not accept it. Even that element will not show that. Okay, so likewise, for example, see now, actually there is a transportation element. Okay, there is a transportation element. So actually what organization is designed that, so if the organization is provided to some of the employees vehicles. Okay, organization provide the vehicle, then they will not give you the transport allowance. Okay, to whomever the vehicle is not provided to the employees, for those employees the transportation will be provided by the company. Okay, so for such reasons, what we have to do, we have a transportation element here. So then we have to come here, people group, company car, no. So here there will be a drop down list. Okay, yes or no, company car, he has a company car or no. So whoever the company car doesn't have, those people can avail this transport allowance. Otherwise, it's not. Likewise, see grade wise, employee category. Employee categories is nothing but, is it a employee full-time employee, part-time employee, temporary full-time, temporary part-time. So like this. Okay, internship. Okay, supply, manpower supply, casual. as and when required. So like this. Okay, so the payroll, how many payroll types we are defined here? Two types of the payrolls. Okay, one is the employee payroll, another is a manager's payroll. Okay, so now grade, okay, position. So likewise, this position is belongs to this. These are the positions we defined in the system, right? So likewise, if I give the salary basis, so actually what my intention is, generally if I give this link to all payrolls, so it will be provided to the all the payrolls, employee payroll and the manager payroll. This, if I give this element Indian salary basis, if I give to a link to all the payrolls, it will be for expat also will be work. But I don't want like this. I want this Indian salary basis works for only Indians. Okay. So even though if you, these are the optional. Okay. If you will not give anything link, okay, you just direct under the element, click on save. So then what will be happen, this element will be applicable for all the employees. This is called as open link. This we can generally call as an open link. Will not give any eligibility criteria here. Okay, so now I'm giving further criteria as Indian salary basis. Whatever the employees having the salary basis of Indian salary basis, those employees can attach this element now. Okay, see this link status is completed. Even you can see the input values for those. See here, pay value and the amount. So whatever we defined over there. Okay, so this is what there is a standard checkbox. Okay, what is actually the standard checkbox here? We have seen the standard checkbox in the element creation level, right? Which may be age, service of length. Okay, so likewise we have seen it. Okay, so there is a standard checkbox. If we given that eligible age or something, age or service length, click the standard checkbox. For those eligibility criteria, the element will appear. If I click on the standard checkbox here, that will override here. That will override here. Okay, so this standard, remember one thing, this standard checkbox will work only for the recurring elements. That will not work for the non-recurring element. Even non-recurring elements also we have to give the link, but those elements will not link up with standard checkbox. This is an interview question. Okay, actually, in which scenarios we will use the standard checkbox? In the interviews will ask where you are using the standard checkbox. Interview will ask. Okay, so by saying after I will tell you that answer. So you may see in the real time manner. After I'll process the payroll, I'll explain you. Okay. So this significance of it, where you, so simply they will ask in the interviewer, what is the significance of the standard checkbox in the element link or element level? Okay, where you are used it, they'll ask. Okay, I'll explain this in real time manner after we complete 1 or 2 payrolls. Okay, we'll process 1 to 2 period payrolls, then I'll explain you, so you will understand very easily. Okay, so this is for the element link, and then we have to attach other element link as well. What is the other element? Now we are attached Indian salary. No, it's an expats. Okay, so here I'll attach this the same thing for expats only. Okay, so we can say the input types. Okay, we are saying we are attached the expat salary basis, Indian salary basis. Now I try to attach the same other elements. See, if I attach open link, system will give you an error because the link is already exist. This element link not mutually exclusive. If it is possible for a person to have an element salary assigned to them more than once through the different links, then the link entered is not mutually exclusive. To ensure that links mutually exclusive, at least one of the criteria must always be a different criteria for the links which for the same element. Okay, so this is what next, see here. So we cannot attach the same element link for the mutual exclusive criteria. Okay, so now this salary basis we will give it at the employees level. For example, I take this employee. Go to the assignment. See here, there is a salary basis. We have to give this salary basis. There is a group paper. Okay, here you have to give two different salary basis. For example, he is an Indian salary basis. Okay, correction. Okay, so save on this. For each and every employee, we have to give the salary basis. Okay. Now, first we have to define the salary here. So in this, there is a two buttons here. See, salaries and the entries. Basic salary we have to defined in the salary button. The other elements, okay, like transport, HR, whatever kind of elements, you have to define the entries. Only basic salary we have to define here. Only the basic salary. Remember this. Okay, this basic salary will works based on different criteria. We will see over there now. See here, this is a basic salary screen. Okay, this is basic salary screen. See here, this is a salary. Okay, employee name, this is one organization he is working, employee number, assignment number, and everything. See here, the salary basis were attached. Indian salary basis, right, for this employee. The pay basis is monthly. Okay, currency INR, yearly basis. HR, this is the element name. See here, element name HRE3 Indians basic salary. Because why the element name came out directly here? Because for this salary basis in the setup we are attached the Indian basic salary element, right? Indian basic salary we are attached to the salary basis. That is the reason when you attach the salary basis, the element name will comes directly. Input value is the pay value. Okay. So like this. So there is a current salaries and everything, it will be displayed. There is nothing is there, nothing salaries are there. So now we have to attach add new salary. Okay, first we'll see the employee joining date when he is joined at 1st February 2018. So we'll give the salary from there. First February. What is the new salary? For example, grade salary limits not available for this employee. Why? Sorry, actually grade is not applied it. Let me see here. Here the grade limits will come because for this employee grades are not attached. So we'll do that validation as well. For example, this employee is under grade 3. Okay. So for example, this employee is under the E3 employees payroll. You must a legal employer assignment. Statutory corporation. Paid organization. Okay. Next, go to the salary basis. See here, grade limits is there because for this employee there is no grade. So, okay, see annual salary range. This is 2,40,000 something to 3,60,000. Okay, so like this, grade rate details as of now. Okay, see this is what are the grade salary details. Okay, this employees. March 2018. So for example, see now actually, So 2,40,000 to 3,60,000. This is annualized salary. It means of per month it's around comes 20 to 30, I think. Okay, 20 to 30. But here we are giving per month salary because this is a monthly pay basis, is a monthly salary. System will calculate annualized salary. Okay, it's between 20 to 30. So for example, now I'll give you for the 18,000. You just see it. Okay, what the system will give it. See here, salary is not in a great salary range, because see here, annualized salary how much it is, 2,16,000. But here it is, it's not, it started the range 240, right? 240,000, 2,40,000. Okay, but here the what is the range, 2 lakhs. So better you give it, if you give for something like 25,000. See, that is it. This is in this range, right? See here, midpoint is this. Okay, now you just applied reason for change. You just click on there is a new hire here. Yeah, new hired employee. See here, salary created successfully. Okay, okay, let me close this window. When you go to the entries, the element will get created. See here, HR Indian basic salary starts with 1st February 2018. Entry value 25,000. It's not editable here. It's not editable. You cannot change this value here. Okay, you can change only in the salary screen. You can change here itself. So whatever the salary defined here, that will comes over there. Okay, so like this. Now I'll attach for the other employee. This is for the Indian salary basis we attached, right? Indian salary basis. Now I'll attach for other employee expect salary basis. Employee 1. So there is a grade. Okay, there is a statutory information. There will be employees payroll. Salary basis, expect salary basis. Let me see the employee joining date, 1st January 2017. Add new salary. See here, the salary is what, 600,000 to 720,000. 1st January 2017, right? Sure, it should be 600,000. Okay, it means more than 50. Just for 55,000. Okay, this is what 660,000. Okay, midpoint is 660,000. If you give, for example, like 45,000, see it now. There is a warning. Okay, even if you see the warning, even if you want to override it, you can override it. That is end user mistake. System is thrown a warning. Even though you want to override the warning, you can override it. You can click on apply it. Okay, so if it is an error, you cannot override it. Okay, so that is what here. So here it shows the range portion is in the negative. See here, there is a negative value below range. Compensation is 81.87%. Okay, so like this. First I'll give you for 50,000. even though it's not there. Starts with, okay, we'll give for some 51,000. I think, yes, range portion and quote. Okay, so like this. Now you can see for this employees also, the element will get created. This is a different HRE expects basic salary element. Okay, so this is what of expect salary basis, that is Indian salary basis element. Like this, for all the employees will attach this salary basis, Indian salary basis or expect salary basis. So I'll create for some of the employees. Okay, I'll assign this one few of the employees. Generally, after in the real time, how we'll do this is we'll do from the data migration. Okay, HRE3 employees salary basis, which are Indian salary basis. We attach that. So if you want to do a salary process, this should be a must actually. See now, here there is no elements. Okay, so once you after this done this salary assignment, it will comes. Okay, type in salary. Just enter very quickly. 1st March 2017. Okay, this is optional actually. Reason for change, it's not mandatory. So you can go to the entry screen. See here, Indian basic salary. When you run the payroll, this is a value it will pay. Here there is no end date. See here, there is no from effective dates, from date and to date for each and every element. For a recurring element, there is no end date. So see in future, the processing time we have 2 types, right? Either by recurring or non-recurring. You can see in the future what is a non-recurring element. Here the date types. Okay, we'll not yet define the non-recurring. We'll define the non-recurring. You can see this. Okay. And just close this. Employee 2, Indian basic salary. Employee 3. And give expect salary basis. Okay, just I'm assigning only E3 employees. Statutory information, right? For January 2018. See, I given for the annualized salary 320,000. Okay, so annual I given this in the monthly salary. I given complete annual monthly salary first, but monthly salary it should be like that starts with 30,000. Okay, even though it's not in the given range provision. See this, it's more than it should be like 99 or 96%. Okay, I'll give some 32,000. See here, it's calculated. Okay, range portion. See, element is created. Okay, for the salary basis, sometimes this element will not get created. Okay, why? Because maybe element is not linked up properly. There is a cause, because for the salary basis you are attached this element. Okay, if you not created a proper link, okay, so that will be the cause. So sometimes it will not create the list link. Okay, and this expands third employee like this. I'll give you for a few more employees. So to process the payroll, this should be required actually. 3 as employee 4 and 5. So okay, here's an applicant. So create to HRMS employees. Names and basis. Payroll cannot be entered for an employee has no date of birth. See here, this employee doesn't have a date of birth because the payroll procedure requires the date of birth to be entered for an employee. Payroll cannot be entered. Okay, so employee date of birth is mandatory. Okay, see, date of birth is not mentioned here. Plus January 1997. Employee number 4. Under the payroll grade as well. See, we have seen the employee category, right? So this is blue color, and then assignment category also, full-time, regular, part-time. So if you full-time, regular, okay, full-time, temporary, for those employees you want to assign particular elements, that you can give link over there. Okay, go to the interest. See, there is no element. Once you attach, only the basic salary you have to do like this. Okay, for other elements you go with an element entries button. We'll see this employee joining date, third most meeting. Total limits, it's more than 20,000, right? Okay. Go to the interest. So the element is created. You should cross check it, okay? Because sometimes elements will not get created over there. Step 1 number 5. employee except against data was also not here. See here, salary basis is not attached. I'm trying to attach the salary. See here, is there any, only the grade is there. Okay, if I click on add new salary, if I try to attach this, see the error. I'm not attached the salary basis. Okay, so what is this employee joining date? So date of 16th March, right? So I select the date. There is no salary basis for the given date. Okay, so this is error. So you should attach the salary basis. Once you open this, this will reflect now. See here, it's reflected. Was it 16 inch. Two, three. Okay, so this is what of creation of the salary basis. Okay, like this, we have to attach for more couple of employees, because to process the payroll, we should at least, for at least more than 6 to 7 employees will get processed, right? So like this. Okay, I'll stop it here now. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will ask one question here. Okay, first you ask me, then I'll ask it again.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we are attaching this salary at the assignment level. So if the person has multiple assignments, so will this salary be generic for all the assignment, or it will be different?
No, if it is a multiple assignments, okay, you can attach the salary basis to particular assignments. Salary basis will be it's not for the employee person level, it will be on the assignment level. Okay, you can attach the salary basis for other employees. See here, like this is one assignment. Okay, if you create the other assignment number, for example, this employee belongs from the IT department, again he's working under. Okay, then you can attach here the next salary basis. You can attach it. That is assignment level. If you have a multiple assignments, multiple salary basis will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah,
good morning,
hi.
Mr. Reddy.
Yeah, hi.
You carry on. I'll ask the question later.
Yeah, okay,
Hello?
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Reddy, my doubt is like when we are creating salary, it is asking for date of birth. I mean, why it is required? Because we are not defining the, I mean, we are not like defining the salary based on date of birth, right?
Okay. So why generally there is a standard error, Oracle standard error. See, without date of birth, system does not calculate the age. Okay. So there is some legislation standards and the Oracle standards. There is internal packages. Okay, internal validations will be there when we are running the payroll. System should not give the payroll for 5 years or 6 years old age people. System should give the payrolls to one particular some age criteria. See, do you remember when we define the business group, we given the age criteria, minimum age and the maximum age. Okay, so likewise, there is in the payrolls there is a standard APIs. The API is throwing an error. Okay, so that is what is the error. See, we enter the we are not enter the date of birth means system doesn't know about the age of the employee. See here, if I remove this age, date of birth. See, there is a note here. We can override this note. So the date of birth must be set when trying of an assignments, including the payroll component. There is no age. System, how can we calculate the payroll without knowing of the age? That is one of the validation actually. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay, right. Next question.
Yeah, Mr. Reddy, this is Vijayalakshmi. I couldn't understand the concept of making an element link standard. So what's the difference between? Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Your question.
No. I just wanted to know what will happen if we make it standard and if we leave it unchecked.
Actually, so at the element level, there is the most significance of the standard checkbox is. So actually, I was supposed to tell in the after 5 to 6 classes, but now see, okay. Actually, the significance of the standard checkbox. You understand about the element level standard checkbox?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this standard checkbox. This will override that one. Okay. If you click on this, if you click over there, and if you click on here, this will override over there because this is only for the recurring elements. And then see what is the significance of it. Now, see, I told you one example, the manager bonus element.
Yes.
Okay. So actually, your payroll implementation is completed. So since 2 years, the payroll is running in the Oracle system.
Okay.
There is a 5,000 of employees in the Oracle. Okay. After the 2 years, organization has decided there is one element, manager bonus. From this year onwards, we'll give some manager bonus for every 6 months to all the managers. So okay, so there is how many managers in the organizations out of 5,000 of employees? There may be at least 200 to 300 managers are there, right? So for each and every manager, you want to go to this screen. Okay, so you want to go to the screen and then so you have to enter for suppose employee number 2 is a manager. You go to the assignments and then you can enter that manager bonus element here. After you given the link, okay, so you have to enter this. Like how many number of employees? 300 employees. You have to enter it here. But instead of entering all these things, what you can do is you can enter your element here, manager bonus. Okay, you can select the job. You can click the standard checkbox with an effective dates, with an date trackings. So as soon as you click on the save button, this element will automatically get attached to the whatever the eligibility criteria you given here. Okay. You given this managers. For all the managers, 300 employees, the elements will get attached. Automatically.
Okay.
This we will see in the practical in the next upcoming classes.
Okay. Fine, no problem. Got a clarity now. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Next. No one else, huh? Okay. So if you have anyone, you can now. Otherwise, I'll give you a bit of assignment question, so you can come up with the answer tomorrow. Okay. Right. So see now. So you understand about the salary basis and grades and grade rates, right? So when we are entering a salary basis, salaries to an employee. So if we are entering so there is a range between 200 to 300,000 per annum. So if I enter that beyond the ranges, system is giving an error with some caution. Okay, so that is when we after we creation of the when we after creation of the employee, we giving the salary structure. So that is what. But see, this is what of the HR side. What about the recruiter side? See, we have seen the recruitment process already. Okay, in the recruitment process, so my recruiter is recruiting an employee. Actually, he's for suppose like a consultant. He's a mid-range of experienced consultant, like 3 to 6 years of experience consultant. Okay, but actually, so we have to tell them that our organization salary structure. Okay, as you have a 5 to 6 years of experience, we will provide only this much of the salary in the recruitment chat. We cannot give them more than that salary, right? See here in the recruitment vacancy, in the requisition and vacancy, this is a vacancy. Okay, see here when we are filling this, so organization is entered over there. Okay, so we enter the grade as well, the employee. This is the requisition they entered from the department wise. Okay, so and then so when the recruitment activity is completed, and then next comes to the applicant quick entry. Okay, so in the applicant quick entry, when we select this, when we select the recruitment activity, job grade and everything will comes here. So but whatever this is, the recruiter knows that what is the salary ranges based on the grade wise. This is what applicant entry, who will do that, recruiter knows it. But who is raising the requisition, who is raising the requisitions, they don't know about the salary structures, because it may be from the IT department, it may be from the purchasing department, it may be from the maintenance department. They don't know about the salary structures. Even they has to know it. Okay, once they select the grade here, they wants to know it, where what is the salary ranges for this grade, what is the salary ranges. Okay, so how can we come to know that this guy, even the recruiter also, even the who is raising the requisition also knows about the salary structures. Once he select the grade, then he can understand it. Okay, for this grade, this is the salary. How we do this? Any idea? This clue already I given you, that when I teach you this requisition and vacancy, I given a note to you as well. So you just recollect the things and then you can come back tomorrow with the answer. I already given the clue on this when I teach this requisition and recruitment. Okay, you just come up with the answer tomorrow. Okay. Okay, guys. I think you have no more questions. I'm leaving it. Thank you, everyone.